Johan doesn't have a single idea who he is messing with here. I ain't some little bitch that's gonna sit here and take it. Johan is a lying piece of shit.
Johan is a cliche sanky panky, and he messed with the wrong woman because Charlotte is out for blood. Let's get into the latest. Hi guys, welcome back to Nikki Faces Reality. We're here to discuss 90 Day Fiancé UK. You guys, Johan and Charlotte they've been keeping us entertained, and it's an unfortunate ending for Charlotte. As we know, last episode, she found out by the producers that not only has Johan been cheating on her, he's been cheating on her the entire time. It wasn't just like a one-off event. And to find that out after you're already married and you're thinking you're going to bring this man to the UK and that you're going to have beautiful children, yeah. It's devastating, and we saw her get real sad in that episode, but in this one, Charlotte is not playing. She wants revenge, and she wants it to hurt. She wants him to feel the same thing that she's feeling. So we're going to get into it. Before we do, as always, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. So yeah, we see her about a week after she found out that he cheated, and she says that he has been apologizing and denying nonstop. My thing is like, what are you apologizing for if you didn't do anything? Like, you see, Dominican man logic. And so in this moment that we catch her, she's still in disbelief that everything happened. And she says that she's been replaying all their memories. She's just like, none of it meant anything because he was cheating the entire time. And that for me is probably like the hardest part of being deceived in a relationship. You're like, was any of it true? Like, was it just one-sided? Were you laughing at me? Like, I can only imagine what she's thinking. She, again, expresses what she expressed in the first episode. She's like, everyone is just moving past me. They're getting married, having families. And here's me. I thought that I had found my happily ever after, and now I'm back at square one. So she's bummed about, starting at square one, but she's also determined to get her fairy tale. Through tears, she's like, I'm gonna get that. And she deserves that. But the part that I was like, girl, record scratch, this man. And I'm like, wow, he's sick. For 21, he's pulling these kind of moves. This is a sick man. Sending her videos of a little child playing on his back. And he's doing that to play into her feelings that this could be us, Charlotte. I could give you that baby that you've always wanted. Like, doesn't this warm up your heart?
So Johan sent me a video of a child, like, stroking its dad's back. Because he knows how much I want a child.
Whose baby is that? Because I believe it's his. Because Dominican men are notorious for having secret families. At this point, the gloves are off. All generalizations are up for grabs. Johan is a cliche. And that's just sick. That's so twisted that you would do that to someone, especially because she didn't leave you for shits and giggles. She left you because you betrayed her. So the way that he's trying to like spin this, like she's breaking their dream apart. And I'm glad that Danielle saw that move for what it was. She's like, that is nasty. And it is. It's nasty. It's manipulative. It shows that there are no limits to what move he will pull. And more on that in a bit. But at this point, she's entered the angry phase. And she decides to make a post in one of those sanky panky groups to warn other women. And one, I think it's hilarious that there are pages for this, but what's not hilarious is that so many women are victims to this, and that's where there has to be a page to begin with. You know what I mean? Like, the concept is funny, but the closer to home it is, you're like, I can't believe this is a thing.
He is a con artist and a professional one at that. Johan is a part of the animation team. He sleeps with women and benefits from gifts and money. I know this because he was my husband. Be aware and stay away from him. Done.
And I think I'm still trying to figure out how I feel about it, because I'm all for protecting other women. Like, I love that. I love that she, is sending the bat signal. But at the same time, you had reservations about dating him because of his job. You knew that going into this. You loved that he was charming. You loved that he was young. You loved all these things, and he cheated on you because of all of those things. Not to put him on blast for the very said things you loved is, I don't know how to feel about it, because she was done wrong, so she has every right to speak up for herself. But at the same time, she kind of preyed on a younger man. She kind of preyed on the fact that he was poor and that she could be of service. I think she liked that he needed her. It's complicated. It can be argued that she should just take the L and move on, but at the same time, I've never been in that kind of position, so I don't know how I would act if I was in it, if I was scorned and was a freaking newlywed. Imagine, you guys, being a newlywed and then finding out, hey, actually, that life that you've been imagining, that life that you've been actively planning, you've actually been on that journey on your own, babes. That hurts. So when I think about it like that, I'm like, you know what? Burn the house down. Do your thing. Well, it sounds like Charlotte was just going around and making posts in different groups because she wanted to see if there were other girls that would come forward. She wants to collect data to see how royally he effed her, She's out for blood. She's trying to make him feel pain. She's trying to nip in the bud any other kind of arrangements that he has. And I feel her. I think that I too would want to know all the details. I know that it's not the healthiest way, but as painful as it is, if I were to be in that situation, I want to hate you to the greatest potential. So any bit of information helps, because that way I will stop romanticizing you in my head, and that'll help me move on. Again, not the healthiest route, but I understand it. So another week goes by after she made that post, several posts, and so many girls came forward, you guys. And Johan did not discriminate. There were girls that were older than her, girls that were younger than her. He asked for money, gifts, perfumes, anything he could get out of them. You have to have zero shame to be a sanky-panky, honestly, truly. And her mom is on her way, and she's like, I'm dreading telling my mom, but I have to tell her. And as we know, her mom does not like Johan. And I think in those situations, it can go either way, right? It can be, I told you so, you're so stupid. Or it can be a situation where they have your back and they actually hate the person way more than you do. So it evens things out. You feel like you have support. And luckily for Charlotte, that's exactly how it went. Her mom actually was listening. She affirmed her, and you could see that she was feeling so much better after she got that out. But she does tell her mom that one of the girls said that they were with him for the past 6 months. That included the timeline before their wedding and after, well after. And then there was a girl that was just, with him the whole time. It was messy. It was a messy, messy timeline, because I'm not one to forgive cheating, but there's something that could be said about someone that has a one-off and they're deeply sorry. You could really see that it's affected them. But a man that is having an affair, you are cheating on me repeatedly with multiple people. This is just breathing for you. That is terrifying. I really wanted Johan to be an exception. I really was like, please don't be a sanky-panky. You're looking like it. You smell like it. You're walking like it. But I hope that you're not. And he was. And I explained to you guys what a sanky-panky is, and Charlotte went into it. And Johan checked every box of the archetype of a sanky-panky.
A sanky-panky is someone that does this as a living. They reel you in, get whatever they can out of you, get a visa, and then fuck off. In the Dominican, it's a sanky-panky.
Number 1, they work in a resort.
Tick.
2, usually the looks which attract women.
Tick.
Money, did you give him money?
Obviously, I got him his roof.
Right.
The next stage, they're asked for money because someone in their family is gravely ill. Guess what?
Johan did tell me that his mother was
in hospital and that he needed money to pay for her medical bills. Tick.
They take you round to the family.
Yep. They make you feel welcome and special and everything else.
Oof. As she was talking about it, I was like, wow, I have a strong feeling that his mother was in on it. I don't think that his grandmother was. I don't think that his siblings were. But I do believe that his mom was in on it. Particularly the part about her being sick and needing funds. I say that because if you guys watched that recap when they visited her house, I said something about his mother being weird. She gave me weird vibes. Her body language was strange. She wouldn't really make eye contact with Charlotte. Yeah, so I have a feeling that she was in on it. Also, another cliche is that Dominican mothers defend their sons to the end. It doesn't matter how deep the lie. They ride for those men like no other. It's unfortunate because those powers could be used for good. But instead, they enable their F-boy sons and we get a whole collective of sanky pankies like Johan. So, yeah, Charlotte is telling her mother all these things and you could tell she just feels bamboozled, heartbroken, a wreck. And you guys know I haven't really been a fan of Charlotte's mother throughout these episodes, but I really appreciated her in this episode. She held her together, and most importantly, she didn't add to the shame that Charlotte was already feeling. And then the next time we see Charlotte is 5 weeks out. She's about to go out, have a girls' night, celebrate. She says that she's officially back on the market. She's still healing, but she's ready because, again, our girl has a timeline. She wants a family. She wants love. She doesn't want to be alone. But this night is about celebrating life. And, her friends also, as we know, Maria, was not a fan of Johan and does a good job at being like, it's his loss. He's an idiot. You're amazing. Which is all the things that you need to hear. But in this girls' night, you guys, Charlotte reveals that Johan keeps hitting her up. He's claiming innocence. Not only is he claiming innocence, she shows him the evidence, sends all of it, and he's like, that's photoshopped. That's not me. You're going to let go of this because of a false image? And that's how we know that he does not respect her. Like, that's insult over injury. Like, the constant disrespect. Do you think she's stupid? It's obvious that he didn't expect that Charlotte would be this strong-willed, and allegedly, this is what Charlotte thinks, there was a fake page with her intimate pictures posted, like her lingerie photos, and she believes that he created the page because she sent it to him. She looks great in the photos, and she says it. She's like, thank you, I look hot. But hot or not, if you wanted them out there, you would have posted them on your own Instagram. You didn't. You were exposed, and you were exposed by someone that was supposed to love you and protect you. He's a questionable human being as is, but if he did that, like that level of like you actually want to hurt me, that's vile. She's all smiles, all laughs through all of this, and I think it's because she has a great support system, and they're not making her feel like crap over her choices and the aftermath of it. But honestly, if she wasn't a strong woman, I don't know what she would have been like 5 weeks out. And so in her last scene, we see her write a letter. I don't think that she's going to send the letter because she was writing it in English. I think it's more of a closure thing to get all of your thoughts out. To Johan, basically telling him that he ain't shit, that he ruined everything. And then we see her walking her dog on the beach and she throws her ring into the ocean. You guys, I nearly collapsed laughing when Charlotte was like, maybe I'll do Jamaica next. And the producer's like, please don't. Charlotte, girl, there is a version of Sanky Panky in all Caribbean places. They just have a different name. At this point, stay away from the Caribbean. Stay away from resort workers. They're charming. They're hot. Just stay away. If you're looking for melanin, I'm sure there's plenty in the UK. And that is the end of this season. I have never watched 90 Day Fiancé UK, and I'm so happy that I jumped in this season, at least for this couple. They do have a tell-all next week. Yeah, I can't wait to see the tell-all. I hope that there aren't like a million parts how there is in the 90 Day Fiancé US. But yeah, they don't show them, so I don't know who will actually be present, but you do have like voiceovers, and Charlotte says that she's dating again. So I wonder if the guy will show up. I wonder if Johan will show up. They put up an image that says that Johan denies any of the allegations and denies that their relationship was a scam. We'll see if he has any integrity and shows face. But yeah, I will definitely be keeping up. I would love to know your thoughts about this episode. It was such a ride. This journey with Charlotte and Johan has been so crazy but so satisfying. I loved seeing Charlotte fight back. Like, yes, you're embarrassed, you're down for a second, you're a sad girl for a second, but get up and fight back. I loved it. I would have loved to be a fly on the wall when someone was like, hey, you were posted on this group. So that's why I need him to show up at the tell-all. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.